I hope you're all okay and all good. Welcome to another video. My name is George. For those of you who don't know, feel free to subscribe down below if you're not already. And this is my most anticipated reads of 2021. It feels like 2020 literally started yesterday. So that's where my brain is. So this is a video that I planned to make during Vlogmas, but I didn't make it during Vlogmas, so we're making it now. Over the past month or so, I've been thinking about reading resolutions for 2021, which will be a different video, I think, because there's a few different things that I want to do, a few different things that I want to read in the next year or so, one of which is just like reading more in general, but a few things that I want to read, but that also sort of encompassed thinking about what kinds of books I want to be reading in 2021. There's been a lot of really exciting announcements over the past even 6 months or so, so this list has been sort of ongoing for a little while. There are 14 books on this list, and these are just 14 books that have jumped out at me when announcements have happened, that I've been looking at, that intrigued me, and I thought, oh, I really want to read that. Some of them are authors that I have read before and want to read more of. Some of them are brand new debut babies. So just a bunch of stuff I'm really excited to read in 2021. I would love to hear if any of these feature on your lists of most anticipated reads of 2021. And if they do, let me know in the comments and let me know what else you're looking forward to in 2021 book-wise. There's a lot of really, really cool stuff coming. Not just stuff that's on this list, but stuff beyond that. So let's get into it. This is in no particular order. I could have done this alphabetically. I could have done this by genre or age range, but I've just written down a bunch of books and a bunch of names and we're just going to go straight into it. The first book on this list is As Far As You'll Take Me by Phil Stamper. I listened to the audiobook of The Gravity of Us this year by Phil Stamper. I listened to it over the summer, I think, and I absolutely loved it. I was head over heels with the book. I thought it was just like really, really freaking good YA. Like that's the only way that I could describe it. It's just really good contemporary YA, romance, fun, NASA, space, all that fun stuff. It was great. So I'm very, very excited for a new book from Phil. As Far As You'll Take Me is about a boy called Marty who has travelled to London with nothing but his oboe and his savings from his summer job in his pocket. It's his opportunity to finally be himself and escape from being closeted and finally kind of figure out who he is. It's about a young queer boy trying to find their place in the world and find the place where they fit in, and it sounds like it's going to be great. As I've already said, I loved Phil's debut novel, so I'm really, really excited for this. Also found out the other day, Phil has 2 more books coming out in 2022 and in 2023. That is a busy boy, and I can't wait for all of it. It's going to be great. The next book on this list is Only on the Weekends by Dean Atta. I feel like it is no secret on this channel that I am obsessed with Dean Atta. The Black Flamingo is one of my best books of 2020. I've not made that video yet, but I'm just telling you now, it's one of my best books of 2020. Get into it. So when Hachette announced a new book from Dean coming in 2021, I was buzzing off my actual tits. This is another novel written in verse, just like The Black Flamingo. It is about 15-year-old Mac, who is a hopeless romantic and is head over heels with his boyfriend Kareem. But when Mac finds out that his dad has got a job in Scotland working on a film set, Mac has to leave him behind and he is absolutely devastated, and the worst part is Kareem won't even come and visit him. Then he meets actor Finley on the film set and sparks start a-flying. I'm so excited to read this book. I love The Black Flamingo so very much. As I already said, it's one of my best books of 2020. And I'm really excited for more Dean Atta in my life. So yeah. The next book on this list is a book I actually already have a copy of, and that is Afterlove by the wonderful Tanya Byrne. Again, we need to appreciate this cover. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. We love it. This is being billed as a hotly anticipated YA lesbian romance. It is about a girl called Ash who dies and becomes a Reaper, but is determined to see her girlfriend Poppy again. The only thing that is separating them is death. How brilliant is that as a concept? So I'm really excited to read this. I'm really glad I already have a copy of it because, as I said, one of my most anticipated of the year. I'm so excited for there to be more Tanya Byrne in the world. I think I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. Tanya is the author of Heart-Shaped Bruise, Follow Me Down, For Holly. She has a story and a change is going to come, and she is in Flawed, the collaborative YA novel that features a bunch of incredible authors that I got to work on while I was at Macmillan. I'm very excited for this. I'm hoping to read it quite early in the year because, I mean, hotly anticipated. Let's be real. The next book on this list should be a surprise to absolutely none of you who have been here for more than 5 minutes, and that is volume 4 of Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I don't know when this comes out. I think it comes out in the spring, but I already have volumes 1, 2, and 3. I love them. I stan. No choice but to. And I'm so excited to read volume 4. I feel like that's all I need to say. If you've not read the Heartstopper comics, you are missing out on a gorgeous, sweet, boy meets boy, romance graphic novel situation that will make you swoon and cry and feel things. You could put that on a quote card. The next book on this list is Can't Take That Away by Stephen Salvatore. Can't Take That Away is the story of genderqueer teen Carrie. Carrie Parker dreams of being a diva and bringing the house down boots mama, yes God, with a song. But their emotional scars are holding them back from finding their voice. After Carrie meets Chris, a singer guitarist, they manage to find the confidence to go and audition for the role of Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West, in their school production of Wicked. Can you see the smile on my face? Because this sounds amazing! But that sets off a chain reaction of abuse that comes towards Carrie that they have to stand up to, defend their right to exist, and defend their right to be a diva. I'm so excited for this. When I heard about this book, I absolutely gagged. It's like a perfect George book. I'm so into it. Absolutely buzzing for it. It sounds fantastic. So that also. The next book on this list is another book that I already have, and it was on my end of the year TBR, and I've not got around to reading it yet because, you know, stuff happened at the end of 2020. But that is Here the Whole Time by Vitor Martins. I've talked about this book a few times already, but I'm very, very excited to read it. My plan is to read this quite early on in the year because it was on my end of the year TBR. So I've got like a stack of books just up here out of view that are the books that I wanted to read before the end of 2020, which I'll now be reading at the start of 2021, most likely. But this I'm buzzing for. It is being billed as the ultimate feel-good queer romance, celebrating body positivity, standing up to bullies, and self-acceptance. Perfect for fans of Heartstopper. I'm a fan of Heartstopper, and I think this is going to be perfect for me. So yay. The next book on this list is The Ghosts We Keep by Mason Deaver. I have I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver on my bookshelves, and I've been meaning to read it for a really long time. I tried reading it during the lockdown, but I would think I was feeling a little bit too emotional for it because the beginning of the book is very hard hitting and it kind of was a bit much for me at that time. I do want to go back to it because the writing in it is absolutely gorgeous, and it was one of those things where it's like, oh, this book's gonna hurt me. I wasn't in the right frame of mind to read it then, but I'm hoping that I will be in the early part of next year. But The Ghosts We Keep is Mason's new book that comes out in 2021. It is the story of Liam Cooper, whose older brother Ethan is killed in a hit and run. So Liam is not only having to learn how to face the world without their older brother, they're also having to learn to face the world with the fading relationship of their two best friends as well. It is a story about grief, about how we live through hard times and how we get ourselves through it. It sounds absolutely stunning. And as I said, the reason I put this on my most anticipated of 2021 is because I Wish You All the Best, and the writing in it was so beautiful. I need to go back to it. I need to like finish it, but I'm very excited to read that book. Both of those books, in fact. Yes. The next book on this list is Ace of Spades by Faridah Àbíké-Íyímídé. This is a book that has been on my radar for a really long time. I believe it was originally meant to come out in 2020, and I think it got moved to 2021 because a lot of books got moved to 2021 because of the corona times. I think it basically means that 2021 is going to be a really like bonkers year for like great books. If you've not heard of this book, if you've not seen any of this book on your social media, I don't know where you've been. It's basically everywhere. Usborne have sent out the most gorgeous proof package imaginable. It looks stunning. Ace of Spades is being billed as Gossip Girl meets Get Out. It is about a private academy where money paves the halls, and an anonymous texter called Aces is revealing people's secrets and brings the secrets of two students to light, Devon and Chiamaka. And with their secrets being exposed, it's clear that someone is out to get them. That's about all I know about this book, but it sounds incredible, and every time people are talking about it, it's making me want to read it even more. So I'm very excited for this. I do believe it comes out in June 2021, and it sounds absolutely fantastic. The next book on this list is Infinity Reaper by Adam Silvera. I really enjoyed Infinity Sun when I read it earlier on in the year. I thought it was really fun. I thought it was very pacey. I really enjoyed the sort of urban fantasy aspect of it. I'm not a huge fantasy reader. I find fantasy really intimidating, but this was like really accessible and really easy for me to get into. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm really excited for the sequel. I don't really want to tell you too much else because I don't want to give anything away. The next book on this list is Love is for Losers by Wibke Brueggeman. I have had this book on my shelf for a really long time. Again, it was meant to come out in 2020, but got shifted to 2021. It is now coming out in February. It is the story of a girl called Phoebe who has decided that love is for losers, hence the title. She thinks it's vile and degrading and is determined not to do it until she goes to work in a thrift shop and meets Emma, who upends her entire theory on love. It sounds really fun. Apparently it's absolutely hysterically funny. Sounds perfect. Can't wait to read it. I've already got a copy on my shelf. It's up there. I should have brought it down. I'm sorry that I didn't. But this is what the cover looks like. She's a professional. The next book on this list is Rise to the Sun by Leah Johnson. You Should See Me in a Crown is another one of my best books of 2020. I listened to the audiobook over the summer and I was head over heels in love with it. I thought it was so fun, so funny, so very sweet. I thought it was great. The story is of two girls who are going through some pretty rough times in their life. One who is grieving their father, the other who has had their heart broken yet again, who meet at a music festival. I don't really know what else to say. It sounds really sweet and romantic. Queer romance at a music festival. What more could you possibly want? It sounds absolutely gorgeous, which is why I've put it on this list. And also, like, after reading You Should See Me on a Crown, listening to You Should See Me on a Crown, it was very like, I want to know what Leah Johnson's going to write next. And when this got announced, I was like, that sounds right up my street. That'll do. Thank you very much. The next book on this list is one of two middle grade entries on this list, which is the Strangeworlds travel agency Edge of the Ocean by L.D. Lapinski. I have Strangeworlds 1 on my shelf. I've not read it yet, but I've heard incredible things about it. So I want to read that in time for April when Edge of the Ocean comes out. I've already seen people saying how incredible it is. Apparently there's pirates in it. I'm a big fan of pirates, so sounds right up my street. Also, L.D. Lapinski is a pal, and it's really incredible to see this book out and to see this book doing well and people really, really loving it. So yeah, I'm really excited for the second in that series so that I can read both of them. Yes. The next book on this list is Forever Ends Friday by Justin A. Reynolds. I was a huge fan of Justin's debut YA novel, Opposite of Always. I absolutely loved it. It was a time slip romance that I got to work on a little bit while I was at Macmillan, and I absolutely loved it with my whole self. It's absolutely brilliant. If you've not read it yet, you need to. I'm going to read this one because I don't want to get it wrong. What if you could bring your best friend back to life, but only for a short time? Jamal's best friend Q doesn't know that he died and that he's about to die again. He doesn't know that Jamal tried to save him and that the reason they haven't been friends for 2 years is because Jamal blames Q for the accident that killed his parents. But what if Jamal could have a second chance? A new technology allows Q to be reanimated for a few weeks before he dies, permanently. And Q's mum is not about to let anyone ruin this miracle by telling Q about his impending death. So how can Jamal fix everything if he can't tell Q the truth? I loved The Opposite of Always. I loved the high concept romance aspect of it. And I love the sound of this as well. It's another really big concept and I have no idea how it's going to go, but based on how brilliant Opposite of Always was, I think it's going to be absolutely incredible. And that comes out at the tail end of January. And last but by no means least, we have Me, My Dad and the End of the Rainbow by Benjamin Dean. This has been on my radar for a little while. I think it sounds absolutely incredible. I'm going to tell you about it. Things aren't going great for Archie Albright. His dad's acting weird, his mum is too, and all he wants is for everything to go back to normal, to 3 months before when his parents were happy and still lived together. When Archie sees a colourful crumpled flyer fall out of his dad's pocket, he thinks he may have found the answer. Only problem, the answer might just lie at the end of the rainbow, an adventure away. Together with his best friends Belle and Seb, Archie sets off on a heartwarming and unforgettable journey to try and fix his family, even if he has to break a few rules to do it. This rainbow-filled, joyous debut from a hugely exciting new talent, perfect for fans of Lisa Thompson and Stuart Foster. I think this sounds absolutely incredible. The proof package they've been sending out looks absolutely amazing. The cover is gorgeous and I am buzzing for it. I think it sounds absolutely incredible. I've heard nothing but amazing things and yeah, buzzing. So that is the end of this video. Sorry it was a bit long. Sorry it was a bit rambly, but those are the books that I'm really excited to get to in 2021. I would love to hear if any of these books are ones that you're looking forward to in 2021 or what you are looking forward to in 2021. It looks like it's going to be a really cracking year for books as ever, and I'm really, really excited for it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to put a thumb on it and subscribe down below if you want to see more. If you made it this far, please leave the book stack emoji in the comments below. I love each and every one of your faces and I'll speak to you as soon as I possibly can. Bye!